It's still very early days at Hartlepool United Football Club, but we have two crucial games today against teams just above us in the fight for relegation. So, they are both relegation six-pointers, and we need to win both of them, really. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to Tier 8 to Greatness. We are at Hartlepool United and we are in the midst of a League 2 relegation battle. If we look over here, you can see that we are bottom of the table, 31 games played, 30 points. 2 points adrift of Bristol Rovers, who are the one place above us and still in the relegation zone, despite the fact they have 3 games in hand on us as well. Barrow, our first opponents in today's episode, are on 34 points after 30 games. So they're 4 points clear of us with a game in hand. That's the position we really would love to finish in, because then we would avoid relegation. And our other opponents in today's episode, Carlisle, are up in 16th. They were down here like a couple of games ago. They're now up in 16th, 37 points, 7 points clear of us with a game in hand. So, both of these games are important. We need to win them. If we win them, we could possibly lift ourselves off the bottom of the table, possibly even out of the relegation zone. Lose them, and it's really going to seriously affect our chances of survival. A couple of players in since the last episode and one player out the door. DJ Campton Sturridge comes in. He comes in on a free transfer. He's not the best player in the world, but he's got some decent finishing attributes. He can head the ball. He's got a decent first touch. Good off the ball, flair. He's got a little bit of pace. 2-star current ability. He's not going to get much better according to his potential ability. But he's 24 years old. Adds a little bit of depth going forward. And he's only on £350 a week. It didn't cost a penny to bring through the door. So it was a no-brainer, really. We needed to add a little bit more depth to the squad, so we did. And Connor Falls also comes in. He's a midfielder and an attacking midfielder. 3-star current, 4-star potential. Again, he's got some decent attributes. He's quite quick. He's got a bit of flair, good off the ball. He's got good technique. He can shoot. He's got good finishing, good decision making, and he works hard. He's played one game for us and got a 6.5, so it weren't the ideal start. But he's a decent player, and hopefully once he beds in, he will improve. He's a Northern Irish under-21 international. He's now 22 years old. And yeah, we needed more depth in the midfield. And I thought that he was perfect to add the depth and to come in and do a job for us. And out the door went Ewan Murray. He was our backup right back, backup defender. 32 years old. He was already on the transfer list when I arrived at the club. Got a bid in for him for a couple of grand. So I thought, yeah, we'll take it. He weren't in my plans. He was just a backup. Right, we've played 2 games since the last episode as well. We drew with Burton Albion, who are currently up in the promotion playoff places. So that was a very good result. They're only like 4 points off the top of the table. We got a 3-3 draw away from home against them. And then we lost 2-0 away to league leaders Tranmere, which is by no means a disastrous result for us. But today, we played the important games. We played the 2 crucial relegation 6-pointers. You're up to date on what's been happening. Now let's go and try and get 3 points. Right, I'm sticking to my diamond. We played the diamond formation for the last 3 games. It seems to be working. I have changed the instructions a little bit. I'm passing into space, slightly more direct passing, but I'm trying to keep as minimal instructions as I possibly can. The team is Dewhurst in goal, Hendry, Menayese, Bradbury, Clamping, Niang as a ball-winning midfielder, Mariah Welsh and Falls in the midfield, Smith as the attacking midfielder, Hemmings and Kelman in attack. And hopefully that team will be good enough to get the victory. We're underway. It's Hartlepool against Barrow in a relegation 6-pointer. We've had the first shot on goal, but no highlights as yet. I'm playing positive. I'm hoping to get a decent start. I want a performance like we had against Bristol Rovers, to be fair, although I want a bit better than that. I want a result like what we got against Bristol Rovers, but I want a better performance. And it was our only home game so far, the Bristol Rovers one. There's Mariah Welsh plays it over the top. And we got a victory not playing the best. It's Hendry, great ball through to Kelman. Kelman, we went for the shot, but can he get across? He plays it back to Hendry. Hendry shoots. And it's skinned the crossbar and gone over. We look like we're in full control of this match so far. We've had 6 shots, but only 1 on target. Barrow yet to find an attempt on goal, but they might get one here. Smith goes in for a tackle. out to Linton on the left, who flicks the ball over the top. Menayese heads it out to Hendry. Hendry goes long. Connor falls, heads it to Smith, who plays it to Kelman, who tries to find Smith again, but the Barrow defence has dealt with it. Connor falls, plays it back to Niang. Niang to Clampin. Clampin tries a through ball again, but it's cut out. I've got us to pass into space today because we've got quite a few quick players, so I thought it might work, but there you go. Falls to Kelman. Kelman shoots, scores, boom! Charlie Kelman. It's Hartlepool 1, Barrow 0. Good through ball. It was Mariah Welsh picked out there. It went to Smith, who found Hemmings. Back to Kelman. Nice little dink back to Falls, and then Falls with a good through ball. Kelman ran into the space, latched onto it, and their keeper had no chance, really. Good ball over the top. Kelman's going to latch onto another one. Pass it. Crosses it in. Smith couldn't rise up to get the header, but it's fallen to Clampin. He's going to get another chance. Goes back to Niang, to Falls. Falls turns, shoots. Oh. Just over the bar. He's Clampin with a throw. Hemmings tries to find Falls. It's been cut out, but Niang picks up possession again. Another fantastic ball over the top to Kelman, and it's 2-0. Charlie Kelman. Great ball over the top. So yeah, Niang won possession back. Hendry looked up. Great ball. Found Kelman, who brought it under control. Lovely. And slots it past the keeper. And after 35 minutes, it's Hartlepool 2, Barrow 0. And this is the type of performance I want to see. We've reached half time, and that was a fantastic first half. Barrow not yet to manage a shot on target. We've only managed 3 ourselves, but we've scored 2 of them. And at the break, it's Hartlepool 2, Barrow 0. And we're out for the second half. And it's Hendry who goes to try and find Kelman, but the ball's cut out. And Barrow look like they're going to try and mount an attack. Tunnicliffe goes back to Holgate. Holgate finds Fernandez, who bursts into our half. Stevens. And it was a great through ball, but it literally went through everyone. Stevens was the only player to react. He latches onto it. Our keeper got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Fernandez, look, just nobody reacted except for Stevens. Turns on the first time shot. Dewhurst should have done better. It literally went through his arms. And Barrow are back in this game with their first shot on target. Niang with a free kick. Goes over the top. Bradbury's header just goes over the bar. The Barrow keeper takes his goal kick. It's headed out by Bradbury. Smith passes to Hemmings, and Hemmings don't really know what he was doing there, to be fair. He's just turned and just hit it. He could have actually looked up and found one of our players, but it's back to our keeper. And Dewhurst passes it to Hendry. Hendry goes back to Menayese. Tries the long ball over the top. Kelman flicks it onto Mariah Welsh. Smith's through it, and their keeper makes a very, very good save from Smith. Niang with the corner. Plays it in. Bradbury again comes in from deep, but can't get to it. Smith attempts to cross. It's been cut out, but Menayese will get to keep our attack alive. Plays the ball over the top. Smith latches onto it. Passes it through, and Hemmings, Kane Hemmings, it's 3-1. Menayese kept the attack alive. He found Smith. Smith burst into the box. Played the ball across the face of the goal, and Kane Hemmings was there to literally knock it into an empty net on the volley. Their keeper had followed the ball and was watching Smith and couldn't do anything about the shot. But Barrow are going to come straight at us. Menayese clears it. Linton out on the left for Barrow. Goes back to Tunnicliffe. Tunnicliffe plays the ball over the top. Hendry should have just let it go. But still, Barrow on the attack. Clampin heads it out, finds Hemmings. Hemmings back to Clampin, whose long ball's cut out. So all a little bit messy at the minute, but there's going to be an attack at the end of it. And Canonia knocks it over the bar. Not going to worry about making any substitutions. We're playing quite well. No one's really that knackered. So I don't want to disrupt anything. I don't want to upset the apple cart, so to speak. Falls. Wins possession and tries to find Kelman over the top, but it's cut out by the Barrow defence. Galbraith goes back to Till, who finds Gardner on the right. Plays a lovely ball over the top. It's headed out. Barrow keep the ball alive, and Stevens looks offside. He looks offside there. And it is offside. Barrow on the attack here, throwing. Ball's crossed. Linton heads it. It's in. Josiah Linton, with a minute and a half left of normal time, has brought Barrow right back into this game. It's a header that we should have dealt with. It's gone in off the underside of the crossbar. You're looking at the stats. I looked at the stats before, and we're one of the best teams for heading in the division, our defence is. And we should have dealt with that a lot better, but we didn't. And it's squeaky bum time a little bit, unless Kelman can get his hat-trick here. He's burst through, and there it is. Charlie Kelman's hat-trick. We've reacted after Barrow looked like they were going to make the last couple of minutes extremely squeaky bum time. Niang, it's found Mariah Welsh, who played it to Smith. Smith to Hemmings. Hemmings found Kelman. Kelman beat the defender to it. Slots it home for his hat-trick, and it's Hartlepool 4, Barrow 2. Holgate goes long, but our defence should deal with it pretty easily. Clamping goes back to Dewhurst. There's 4 minutes of added time. And Barrow are going to try and make it as nervy for me as they possibly can. Linton on the left puts in a good cross. It's headed out, but only as far as Galbraith, who shoots. And what a goal. What a goal. Ethan Galbraith on the volley. It was headed out. I thought he was going to bring it under control and then pass it. But you can't argue with a finish like that. Clamping's header. Look at this. Look. Boom. An absolute rocket launcher of a finish. And it is squeaky bum time again. We are over the 4 minutes, but there's another highlight. And it's over the top. Canonia puts it into Bennett, and Khan Bennett has equalised at the death for Barrow. We took a 4-2 lead in the 89th minute, and now we're 94.5 minutes into the game, and we're level. Our defence, again, not dealing with anything. And it's finished Hartlepool 4, Barrow 4. Charlie Kelman's hat-trick, I thought, was enough to give us the win. We scored in the 90th minute. We were 4-2 up in the 90th minute. But Galbraith with an absolute rocket of a finish. And then Bennett with a header in the 95th minute, despite the fact the referee and the ball showed 4 minutes up injury time. Oh, this game is so frustrating sometimes. And we've dropped 2 points there. That is 2 points dropped as far as I'm concerned. And if we get relegated by a couple of points, I'm going to look back at this game and say that we threw away a fantastic chance of picking up a victory over one of our relegation rivals. But as it stands, we've had to settle for a point. And now, the next game is just as important. Right, one change for this game. Caden Young comes in for Liam Smith. I actually realised after the last game that I had two players in the wrong position. I had Hemmings up front and Smith playing the attacking midfield role. I wanted them the other way round. Smith isn't very good in the centre of attacking midfield, so I've dropped him to the bench today because Hemmings scored in the last game, so I thought I'll keep Hemmings in that position and bring Young in for Smith. Smith drops to the bench. But other than that, it's as you were in the last game, and hopefully we can actually get a victory in this one. Right, after that last game, we're now 4 points adrift from the team closest to us and 4 points adrift from the safety zone. And I think pretty much every team has a game in hand over us, or most teams have a game in hand over us. So we need to start winning games like this, really. We threw away the last one. We were 4-2 up in the dying moments and conceded 2 goals in injury time or stoppage time, whatever you want to call it. But it was a disastrous end to a very good performance, and it's left us further adrift than what we were. Carlisle are going to mount an attack here. Melbourne goes over the top to Fishburn. The keeper comes, doesn't really deal with it. But luckily, the defence do. We've reached half-time. We haven't had an attacking highlight in that first half. We've had 4 shots on goal, 3 on target. They've had 7 with only 1 on target. Possession is pretty even. They've already picked up 5 bookings in that first half. So you can sort of see the way Carlisle play, can't you? They're kicking the fuck out of us. Anyway, 0-0 at half-time. Hopefully, we'll find that elusive goal in the second half. Carlisle get the first highlight of the second half. Well, no, they don't. They get a throw-in, but we've dealt with it. Mariah Welsh looks for Hemmings. Hemmings doesn't get there first. And the ball's gone all the way back to the Carlisle goalkeeper, who's going to look to try and carve open our defence with a long ball. Menayese deals with it. Goes to Hendry. Hendry goes over the top, trying to look for Kelman. It's just long ball after long ball after long ball, isn't it? Shepherd has got the ball on the left for Carlisle. Comes out. Dewhurst. What was that goalkeeper doing there? Our keeper did not deal with that at all. All over the top. Shepherd, first time cross. And Dewhurst has literally just tapped it onto Fishburn's head. And Fishburn has put Carlisle 1-0 up. And our chances of survival are rapidly disappearing with the way we keep giving goals away. Gibbons tries the ball over the top. It's cleared by Menayese, but only as far as Gibbons again. Gibbons is going to try another long ball. Fishburn, 2-0. Sam Fishburn, the defence have not dealt with that at all. Not dealt with it. But again, the defence just stands still. My assistant recommended that we pushed higher up the pitch. I've done that, and it ain't bloody well worked, has it? Right, time to make some substitutions and some tactical changes. Right, I've made 3 changes. I've brought Cook, Price and Smith on for Hemmings, Niang, and I can't remember the other player who's gone off. Oh, Hemmings has gone off, hasn't he? Fishburn, back to Shepherd. Shepherd's cross, and it's over the bar. Let's move to very attacking, and let's go for this. Let's go for it. It's Bradbury, goes long. Kelman heads it back and gives possession away. We're not going to get back into this game if we can't actually muster an attack. And so far, I don't think we've had an attacking highlight in this game. Kelman heads it down to Price. Price back to Kelman. Kelman one-on-one with a keeper and slots it underneath him. Charlie Kelman Got a hat-trick in the last game, has scored in this one, and it's Hartlepool 1, Carlisle 2, and we are back in this game. I'm going to shout a bit of encouragement while we watch this highlight. The keeper should have done better, but he didn't. And we've got 14 minutes plus injury time to try and find an equaliser. Carlisle have got an attack, and yeah, they've got a penalty in the dying seconds. Baker Richardson steps up. Sends our keeper the wrong way. And this defeat could be the defeat that sees us fall too far behind to even put up a proper fight against relegation. It's been an awful performance all round, really. Our goalkeeper was awful. Our defence didn't react. And my assistant manager's advice on pushing further up the pitch for our defence has obviously not worked. Although we conceded one less goal in this game than what we did in the last one. So I don't think anything's working at the minute. I've got a very, very difficult job on my hands. And I'm beginning to think that I should have stayed at Wroxham. Luckily, there are other teams who are struggling as well. We are still only 4 points adrift. We've failed to win 2 games that I said were must-win games. But we've still, Sutton United and Gillingham's form is worse than ours at the minute. So, we have still got a chance. We have still got a chance. If Sutton and Gillingham continue to perform how they're performing, and we can just string a little bit of a run of form together, we may still avoid relegation. There's 13 games still left. So there's a long, long way to go, a lot of football to be played, and a lot of points to still be won. There's a few more days left before the transfer window closes. I'm going to go and try and get some more players through the door and see what I can do to turn our fortunes around. I brought in a couple of players just to add a little bit of depth to the squad. Nothing amazing to look at. Jason Menyo comes in on loan from Cardiff. He's a right back, plays wing back or full back. Probably going to compete with Luke Hendry for that place as our right back. He's coming on loan till the end of the season. And the other one is Alex Newby, who comes in on loan from Grimsby Town. He can play anywhere along the midfield, the attacking midfield, out wide, or as a striker. Again, only a fringe player, squad player. That is the transfers rounded up. And that is the episode come to an end. I'm going to go and play the next couple of months off camera. Hopefully, when you join me again, we will still be in League 2 and still have a chance of surviving. Right, that's another episode come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit the like button, comment below to say hi, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell to know when future videos are released. I will see you all again very soon. Hopefully, Hartlepool will still be a League 2 side when we do. Until then, take care. Bye-bye for now.